Ancient Greeks tell the story of Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus was a man who was so in love with his wife Eurydice. And when she died, he stormed the gates of the underworld to find her. In the beginning, there was darkness. Every time I wake, I think she's still there. It feels strange to find nothing. She's gone, never to return, all because of one man.
Dylan. Dylan, are you there? Come on. Let's go. So Dr. Patel tells me you missed your past few appointments at the particle lab. Dylan?
I'm thinking about dropping out.
What would Andra say about that?
Andra's gone, she doesn't exist. So what Andra wanted is irrelevant.
I know how difficult it is to lose a loved one. And at my age, I know more people in the grave than out on the street. But it would do you good to get back to work. Okay, standard model of cosmology. Our universe is a bubble. It started as a bubble of intense energy, and it inflated as a bubble, uniformly expanding in every direction. Now, Tegmark classified the universes into various categories. A level 1 universe is our universe and others existing in the same dimensional plane, but clustered in one area of the multiverse. Now, level 2s inhabit the same dimensional plane as level 1, but at huge distances of empty space-time. And then there's level 3. Level 3 universes are parallel universes existing on a higher dimensional plane mere millimeters from our own. Consider what's possible. There could be an infinite number of parallel universes where some historic events never occurred. Entire worlds with parallel versions of ourselves. There could even be parallel universes where Andra is sitting right there next to you. Dylan, if you can prove gravitons exist, then you prove parallel universes exist. And if you prove parallel universes exist, then somewhere out there in the multiverse, Andra still exists. So maybe what Andra will want is still relevant after all. It's time to start searching for possibilities again, Dylan.
Could Andra still exist out there in a parallel universe? And if she still exists, what would Andra want? Andra believed in a God who would save her. It wasn't the word that breathed the universe into existence. It was numbers. numbers dictate whether the universe will be hot or cold, expansive or contractive. They determine if the universe is viable for life, or if space remains a fiery inferno. And it's these numbers that tell us that our universe is only one among an infinite number of parallel universes called the multiverse. It's numbers that bring light into the darkness. Suicide machine is a thought experiment, never meant for real-world application. But if someone were to build one that could prove the existence of, in theory, parallel universes and higher dimensions once and for all. The only catch is that the experiment requires a human sacrifice. Have you ever wondered what would have happened if you married your high school sweetheart? Or changed your major in college? The multiverse is teeming with alternate outcomes complete with parallel versions of ourselves, places where our deceased loved ones could still be alive. If it works, the quantum suicide machine would help me attain quantum immortality. I'd be able to traverse the multiverse, traveling between alternate outcomes where the laws of physics would be forced to accommodate my miraculous survival. If the math checks out, then I'm about to enter a whole world of infinite possibilities. Numbers don't lie. The quantum suicide machine is my gateway to Andra.
So Dylan, what brings you out here?
I think I found a way to prove that parallel universes exist.
Good. Please, have a seat. Enlighten me.
So there's a cat. We put him in a box with a pill of poison gas inside that's triggered by the detection of a quirk. Now, if that quirk has a top spin and releases the poison gas, the cat dies. If it has a bottom spin, doesn't release the gas, the cat lives. At that time, there's no way of knowing whether the cat's dead or alive, right?
You came all the way out here to discuss Schrodinger's cat.
Quantum physics is based on probability. There's no such thing as a 100% certainty. Even if we're 99.99% certain the sun's going to come up tomorrow, there's still a 0.001 chance that it won't. In our case, there's a 50% chance that the cat will live and a 50% chance that the cat will die. Let's say we randomly introduce a quirk to the detector. Without looking in the box, is the cat dead or alive?
Well, according to the Copenhagen interpretation, the cat is both dead and alive at the same time.
Yes, but according to the Chris Everett's Many Worlds interpretation, the moment the quirk hits the detector, the universe splits into every possible quantum outcome. So one where the cat lives and another where the cat dies. So every decision that we make, the universe splits again and again and again to accommodate every possible quantum outcome. Basically, we're traveling through parallel universes all the time, we're just not aware of it.
And this is relevant how? Even if we are jumping to parallel universes all the time, it would all have to be random. There's no way to control or quantify, and so no way to differentiate or measure the outcomes.
Unless you limit those possible quantum outcomes to life or death.
What exactly are you proposing, Dylan?
I need more time in the lab.
The quantum suicide machine is a thought experiment. It was never meant for application.
It's perfectly sound. Quantum suicide machine is just an iteration of Schrodinger's cat, except we replace the cat with the man and a box with the universe. When the quirk hits the detector, the universe splits. One where we live and one where we die.
And who's the observer? The cat?
Who cares who the observer is? The only thing that matters is the outcome. And since consciousness ends when we die, the only outcome we would be aware of is the one where we live. So every time we turn on the quantum suicide machine, theoretically, we should always live. In essence, we're forcing the universe to spawn only parallel universes where the rules of physics have to change to accommodate your miraculous survival. The more improbable their survival, the greater the rules of physics change. The greater the rules of physics change, the greater the possibility of me jumping to a parallel universe where she's still alive. It's all there, the math works.
Dylan, it's one thing to speculate in the name of science. It's quite another to abandon any and all sense of ethics. I simply can't do it. It's completely indefensible. And do you think I'd risk letting you hurt yourself? That's insulting. Look, do you know this? With my song, I will charm Demeter's daughter. I will charm the Lord of the Dead. Moving their hearts with my melody, I will bear her away from Hades. It's from the Greek myth, Orpheus and Eurydice. Orpheus was a great musician, and he was madly in love with his beautiful wife Eurydice. When she died, he was so heartbroken that he stormed the gates of the underworld to find her, and convinced the god Hades to let him bring her back. Hades had only one condition. Orpheus must not look back until they had exited the underworld. If he did, he would never see her again. Orpheus agreed, departed, and led her to the surface. But as he stepped away from the underworld, he lost faith and looked back. Eurydice still had 1 foot left inside. They shared one brief moment before she was swept back into the underworld forever. Dylan, sometimes in this life, we have to move forward, no matter how much it hurts. You have to have faith that things are the way they must be, and not look back. You must learn to let her go.
The suicide machine consists of 2 parts, the particle accelerator and the kill mechanism. But you don't need to travel to CERN to find one. Old CRT televisions are essentially consumer-grade particle accelerators. All I need is a more powerful particle gun and a better detector. Now I can build a particle accelerator in my apartment. Bright flashes tell me the quantum suicide machine is near completion. It's my Cerebus guarding the gates of Hades. I found my way to the underworld. There's only one thing left: the kill mechanism.
Can I help you?
I need a gun.
What kind?
That one.
You got a 10-day waiting period on your handguns. Or not.
Please don't.
Dr. Yamamoto, it's me. It's urgent.
Andra believed that God has a plan for everyone, that even her death was a part of a greater destiny. The numbers dictate otherwise. Our universe is nothing more than a compilation of random coincidences. Andra's death was the random result of her crossing into the street at the precise moment the truck collided into her. There was no greater destiny than that. Any number of factors could have changed her fate. I have to believe that there is a place out there where she is still alive. The machine worked. I have achieved quantum immortality. I cannot die. No matter how improbable my survival, the rules of physics will change to accommodate my miraculous survival. And if I jump enough, it's possible I could find myself in a world where the laws of physics have changed to allow for her survival.
Andra!
shade floating through the underworld. I can see her, but I can't be with her. I can't see his face, but I know who he is. It's the same hooded man who broke into my apartment and killed Dr. Yamamoto. It's the same hooded man who killed my wife. But not in this universe. This time, things will be different. Dr. Yamamoto.
Dylan, why aren't you in the lab?
What?
The pressure's not getting to you, is it? Dylan, what's on your mind?
Do you think it's possible there could be universes where the laws of physics are completely broken down?
Are you familiar with Max Tegmark's work on the classification of universes?
Yeah, he classified the 3 levels of universes.
Not 3, 4.
There's a level 4 universe?
Yeah. Level 4 universe is nothing like our own. The rules of physics can be completely broken down, allowing some of the strangest collections of matter that you can imagine.
Could a level 4 be unstable?
It's theoretically possible. You could do a deep space scan, look at the cosmic microwave radiation background, and compare it to recent images. Our universe is based on an expansion model, so any shift in that expansion, like a contraction, will show up as a shift in the image, a definite indicator that something's amiss with the rules of physics. What's this got to do with your research?
It's probably nothing, but can you ask your contact at hallmark if they can check to see if there have been any shifts in the cosmic microwave radiation background?
It might cost me a bottle of scotch, but I'll see what I can do. Look, sometimes a day away from the lab is the best thing you can do to clear your mind. You've been cooped up in that lab so long, I bet Andre's forgotten what you look like. Go home. Spend some time with your wife.
If Dr. Yamamoto couldn't tell me apart from the Dylan native to this universe, then maybe Andre won't be able to either. Is killing my other self homicide or suicide? Does it really even matter? In a multiverse of near infinite versions of ourselves, what's the value of one life?
working late tonight. I'll see you when I get home. I love you.
Andra?
Stop! Who are you? What are you? Answer me!
Dylan? You left the door unlocked again. Why didn't you answer me? You're home early. Thought you were going to be working all night at the library. Did you eat yet? I can make us something if you want. Oh, it's freezing. Are you feeling all right? Something wrong?
No. Where are you going?
It's Sunday.
What if it isn't real? What if when we die there's no heaven or hell? There's just this moment. And when we die, that's it. Would you still leave?
I'm gonna be late.
What if I was the one telling you that? What if, hypothetically, I had traveled to the ends of the universe, never once have I ever seen any evidence that there is a God?
You see God every day. I just don't think you recognize him. You live in a world where everything happens by chance. We're just these random subatomic particles crashing into each other. There's no rhyme or reason to anything, right? The day you and I met, we were just these random strangers that happened to bump into each other. In my world, there are no coincidences. Only miracles. Finding you is a miracle. I'm not afraid God doesn't exist, Dylan. But I think the problem's always been that deep down inside you're afraid he does.
Andra? Please don't.
It's clear to me now. With every jump, the laws of physics have changed to accommodate my improbable survival. And with every jump, the universe has become more and more unstable. But have I gone too far?
What?
Dylan, it's urgent.
I've been calling you all night. I heard back from my colleague at Palomar.
What is it?
They're digital readouts of the cosmic microwave radiation background. Look at the data. They're all off. Palomar has asked the observatory in Osaka to corroborate the results, and they have. Now Keck and Hubble have been asked to confirm. It's as if something has thrown our distant galaxies asunder. Take a look at Galaxy Alpha 1689 Data Delta 1. The most distant galaxy in the universe, last placed at 13 billion light years away. Now in a matter of weeks, there's been a shift. We now place it at 12.5 billion light years.
The universe is contracting.
If it continues to contract at this rate, it will inevitably collapse. Once they calculate the blue shift, they can calculate the rate of contraction, and then we'll know how much time we have. But we need to know what's causing it. I don't know. Dark energy, another universe colliding with ours. Maybe it's an unknown anomaly from another universe. Dylan, several weeks ago, you came to me and asked about this very scenario. You requested these scans. I need to know why.
I was wrong. Look, I'm sorry, Doctor. I need to go.
No, Dylan, what aren't you telling me?
Dr. Yamamoto, it's me. It's urgent.
Look, I can explain.
Who are you? What are you?
Calm down. I can explain.
Stay back. Don't come any closer.
Calm down. I can explain.
I said stay back. built that damn machine. In your reckless pursuit of a compatible universe where Andra's alive, you've caused the demise of this universe and countless others.
She's my wife!
Your Andra is dead.
Not out there!
And what would she say if she knew the truth?
Make her understand.
Oh, and what would you do about your other selves? Kill them all?
I'll do whatever it takes to be with my wife. I don't have time for this.
If there's any shred of the brilliant and decent man that I knew left in you, you would do the right thing and turn yourself in. Don't you see your dilemma? You put yourself in the experiment. You've replaced the cat with the man and the box with the universe, but you're no longer the observer. You will continue to jump to more and more unstable universes where there are no Andras or any people at all. You will be caught in an infinite loop of nothingness.
Spending eternity alone means spending one more day with her, and it's worth the risk. Get out of my way.
Stop this!
Get out of my way!
The Dylan I knew would never kill.
Andra,
What are you doing here?
want to go for a walk?
You didn't have to.
I wanted to. Did you ever hear the story of Orpheus and Eurydice? It's about a man who was so in love with his wife that when she died, he was broken. He didn't want to live his own life anymore. So he figured a way to go to Hades to save her and bring her back to the land among the living.
What happened?
Well, it worked. And they lived happily ever after.
What is it?
The story that I told you. What if it was
wasn't just a story?
What?
What if it actually happened, Andra? In a way, it actually did happen.
Dylan,
What if I told you that in a parallel universe you were killed? And I found a way to travel to another universe to find you?
stop it.
Andra, please listen to me.
You've just been working too hard, that's all.
Stop and listen to me for once. Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
It's the hospital. They want me to cover a shift.
No.
I gotta go.
No. Andra, please stop. Listen to me.
Go.
Andra? Who are you? What are you? Answer me!
was that story you told me earlier?
What story?
The one about Orpheus and Eurydice.
Never heard of it.
It was about a man who loved his wife so much. When she died, he was so heartbroken he went to hell to try to find her and bring her back. The thing is, I don't think she would have wanted him to. I think she would have wanted him to move on with his life, even without her.
Andra, I need to finish this.
What would Andra want? She wouldn't want the man that I've become. It's time to break the cycle. Like Orpheus, I look back for just one moment, and she was gone.
It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'm sorry.
Andra?
Andra believed that everyone has a destiny to fulfill.
her eyes, her death was unpreventable. It was meant to be.
You live in a world where everything happens by chance. Just these random subatomic particles crashing into each other. There's no rhyme or reason to anything, right? The day you and I met, we were just these random strangers that happened to bump into each other. In my world, there are no coincidences. Only miracles. Finding you is a miracle. You're my miracle.
No matter how many times I tried, I was not meant to save her. I once said that it wasn't the word that breathed the universe into existence. It was numbers. But in a universe defined by numbers, there is no hope. No matter how expansive or brilliant it is, it all comes to an end. In the end, there is darkness. And then there was light. In a world full of miracles, there is always hope. Hope that life will continue on and that loved ones will be seen once again. I have to believe that there's a place out there where she still lives.
Andra.